What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of That Hobby Show. As you can see, we are back at full strength this week. I'm feeling better. We have Houston back. How's it going?
Going good, my man. The humidity's sticking around here in North Carolina, pissing me off.
Yeah, right. We technically it's still monsoon season here in Arizona, but it hasn't rained for a while. And then today we got a pretty crazy rainstorm out of the middle of nowhere. It was pretty cool though. We could definitely use the rain because we're still in that a drought. It's like an emergency or some type of severe drought. So it's nice to get a little bit more rain here in the desert. But so one thing I totally forgot about the other week. I don't know if you remember back when we had our college episode about the name, image, and likeness. How players could use their name, image, and likeness and get money now. So there was a baseball player for Mississippi State who Mississippi State won the NCAA championship this year.
Mm-hmm.
One of their players, Tanner Allen, was actually he created a website and he started selling baseball cards. I totally forgot about it, and it finally showed up. So it's kind of hard with the glare to see, but this is the card.
Good.
Autograph. And it's kind of a cool looking card. It almost looks like a panini.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say who made it or where or how he got it made, but yeah, that finally showed up after a few months. And one of the cool things is he was actually drafted in the fourth round by the Miami Marlins, and he's I don't know if he's still playing in the complex league or where, if he got moved up or not, but it's a pretty cool autograph, and maybe got an early autograph before he gets put in Bowman, and his autographs are insane, and he's in Sapphire and whatever Bowman first edition or so. But yeah, it wasn't bad. $20, which I know it kind of seems like a lot, but a majority of it actually went to the player.
Yeah.
It's not like he signed a bunch of stickers for 50 cents a piece, and that's all he gets. But yeah, and it went to a charity too, one of Mississippi State's charity as well.
Yeah, you can't go wrong any way.
Yeah. So we have some. My son is watching. And I guess his friends are watching us as well. So we have a bunch of kiddos watching us. But anyway, so what's been going on with you?
Not a whole lot, man. Just trying to, get more into the wrestling side of collecting. And so far, what I've seen and been a part of, it's pretty. I don't know how to describe it really. I know what I want to say. I just don't know like the proper term with like to go away. But like, there's a dude. He's um uh Machine Gun Carl Anderson. He was on WWE for years. He's in
Yeah,
AEW now, and he's in part of the Impact Tag Team Champions. And I picked up his WWE auto out of 10 for like $12 shipped.
that's not bad.
And yeah, and then you get to the independent wrestling cards, and a pack of 20 or 25 go for 300.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's kind of weird because it's like you have different a lot of both ends of the spectrum. You have a lot of like guys that you can get kind of on the cheaper end that you wouldn't really think would be on the cheaper end, and then you would think some indie set from some promotion that no one would really know unless they were in that area, or if there was like a wrestler that came from it, at some point that their cards go for $200-300 a set. So it's kind of weird, really, but it seems to all be very affordable. There's um, and I guess a website or something, I guess you would call it, like High Spots. They do a couple of sales every week, and all of their stuff is like extremely, extremely reasonable prices. And they have like if you want to buy this, then you can put like sold Sting Auto $40 in the comments. But then they also have on a different day, they also have an auction where something could go for $10, or it could go for $400. So I've been trying not to blow all my money on high spots, but they had the Orange Cassidy cards, which are his rookie cards, and they were $40. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also helps too when like guys get released from WWE, and it's kind of like how we were talking before the show, quarterback has a bad week and their values dip. Well, a wrestler gets released from WWE and then their values go down, and then you can probably pick them up a little bit cheaper. Like the only autograph card that I have that's certified, I actually won it on the Watch the Break show that they do, that weekly show, and it was a Aleister Black autograph Hell in the Cell relic. And it's a thick card too. I wish I knew. I should have known we were going to talk about wrestling, and I would have showed it to you. His autograph is garbage. It's like AB, but now I forget what he goes by now in AEW.
Yeah, Malachi Black. Yeah,
Malachi Black, and now he looks like his gimmick is pretty BA, and so I'm sure that value is like shooting through the roof now. But yeah, it helps if you remember what their name was in their previous promotions, because a lot of people may not, realize that, oh, hey, they probably have cards in, other releases, kind of like Carl Anderson and is it Luke Gallows?
Doc Gallows. Yeah, it was. You're technically right. It's Doc Gallows now. But
Yeah, because like now it was Daniel Bryan, but what is it now? Bryan Danielson, or something like that.
They had Dean Ambrose as John Moxley now. So
yeah. So if you and a Dean Ambrose autograph probably isn't probably more affordable, and his autograph is Dean Ambrose is pretty bad too. It's like a DA Anarchy A type thing. So. Yeah.
I think that's kind of standard for them because according just from some of the pictures released for the AEW set, Darby Allin's is like a D and an A, and that's it.
Yeah, and then so one cool thing, damn it, we're gonna have to have an all legit wrestling episode, because one cool thing is a lot of my wrestling autographs are all in person, because minor league, a lot of them do the minor league baseball circuit. So. My parents actually got to meet Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, but I had cards of Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mick Foley, and he actually signed all three of them different, and so that was pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to read, but you can tell that he signed all three differently. But hold on, I did have some programs. And let me see. So yeah, you can. I think this is his Mick Foley, maybe Cactus Jack autograph.
Wow.
And then for any Swamp People fans, we got Troy Landry there too. So yeah,
that is like a 101 piece there. Throw that up on eBay.
Yeah, because the other one I have is only signed by Troy. But yeah. And then we have Ricky Steamboat. Usually he signs at the Dragon as well, but that's his small autograph. Yeah, so definitely check out your local minor league baseball team, because they have wrestlers show up. And then this one isn't signed, so if you want, I'll send this to you, man.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like it.
Yeah, so maybe you'll get maybe talk to the sock puppets and get them to have Ricky Dragon Steamboat come there, because a lot of them live down in the South too.
Yeah. So, yeah. And from what I understand, I'll have to look a little more, but from what I've seen, Steamboat does TTM. So.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a nice card. He's one of those guys where you kind of don't want to get him on a card, him and Sergeant Slaughter, because their autographs are so huge and they add all kinds of extra stuff. Like Sergeant Slaughter will put at ease, Justin, Sergeant Slaughter, then he draws his little face and everything. So yeah. But So speaking of wrestling, you had your first female wrestler on what would we call it? Your stream, your show, podcast? I don't know what we would call
Yeah,
this.
it's like I've got like four different things going on. Of course, you have like the graph talk where talking about autographs with celebrities and famous people, and then you have the over the top rope, which kind of turns out being promos with the guys from the ALW. So I've just been calling this live with Chasing the Graph because I do it live.
There you
So I don't really know what else to call it. I haven't came up with anything quippy or gimmicky, so I've just been calling it live with Chasing the Graph. But
go. It works.
yeah, yeah, it was with Kat Spencer from the Nightmare Factory. I met her when the Nightmare Factory came to Burlington. I think it was July 29th of this year, and I met her and the guys from TSF there, and I was just blown away by her gimmick because she's not flashy. She's not like throw up your hands, do dances, twirl around the ring, jump up and down on the ropes, and all that. And so I thought that was like something a little bit different. And so I really wanted to interview her and to kind of dig into that. And that way, obviously, just get her out there as much as possible as well, and kind of ask some of the hard hitting questions about being a female in a male predominant industry, and we touched on some of that as well. And she gave some pretty good insight.
Yeah, I got to see the end of it. I wish I would have been able to tune in earlier, but then I go back and watch the replays and help get those viewership numbers. Try to pump up the numbers for everyone. So
I definitely appreciate it.
what's that?
I said I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for any other wrestlers you got lined up?
Yeah, I've got two or three in mind that I'm going to reach out to that I can't really picture them saying no, but when you reach out to people, you just never know because like Kid Cash and him, yeah, we agreed on a date and time, and it was a Friday at 7, and I sent him the link at like 3. He never read it, and then at like 6:30, he read it but never responded, never showed up. And then like 3 days later, it was like, "Oh, sorry for the miss, bro. Can we reschedule?" And I was just like, I just didn't even message him back. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'm not the busiest guy in the world, most important guy in the world. But that was the 20 minutes I sat there waiting on him could have been time I was spending with my wife, or playing with a dog, or
Yeah, right.
napping, anything other than sitting here doing nothing. So I
Yeah,
can't really picture them saying no, but it's always a 50-50 shot.
yeah. We got more people showing up. One of my old buddies, Vic. What's up, buddy? I am yes, I am retired now and loving life. Retired from the Air Force, not actually retired from not having a job because I got bills and kids. So yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, I forget what that wrestler was. I got kids. I liked his gimmick.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't.
I forget where he's wrestling at now. But yeah, he was good stuff. So with American Lucha Wrestling, what is going on with them? Are they still kind of in limbo, or?
Yeah, they are. We the the building inspector gave them an Appendix B form to fill out, which is pretty straightforward for the most part. But then there's a heating and air portion on there that he wanted filled out, even though it doesn't pertain to the ALW. He wanted it filled out because people are going to be doing physical activity in there. We need to make sure no one's going to pass out from it being too hot.
Mm.
And that was the main thing that was keeping them from opening back up, was that one little page that nobody understood. And come to find out after doing some research that you actually have to have the blueprints to the building to fill that piece of shit out. Yeah. So me and my dad, I'm off this coming Tuesday because we're actually going to a WWE show tomorrow night. So
You are?
yeah, yeah.
So is that Raw?
Yeah, Monday Night Raw, yeah.
Nice.
And uh so it's about 45 minutes away. So I'm guessing we probably won't be back home till about midnight. So with me working Saturday, I get to take a day off during the week. So I was like, let's make that Tuesday because it's going to be a late night Monday. And
Yeah.
then,
So where are they at? Raleigh?
yeah, PNC Arena, yeah.
All right.
And so with me being off Tuesday and my dad's working part time, we're gonna head over there to the Lucha Dome on Tuesday and try to just finish everything up on our end. Dad's building a handicap ramp. The man is like a godsend when it comes to carpentry. Never took a class a day in his life. Never been a carpenter, but I don't know how he does it. I couldn't have built a handicap ramp like he did, and so we're gonna head over there Tuesday and finish that up and wire up a couple of exit signs, and that should be it. They should be good to open. They've already got the inspector scheduled to come out in 2 weeks to give the approval on everything. So,
Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed. Yeah. We
yeah.
got Dan checking in. What's up, Dan? He just woke up in Korea.
What's
So
going
yeah,
on, man?
we came on early today, Dan, so I can watch my Ravens probably go to 0-2.
Oh,
Yeah, not really holding out hope for the Ravens. They're pretty beat up, and
yeah.
the Chiefs are just stupid good. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Crazier things have happened. Like your Panthers are 2-0. Yeah, yeah.
I was not crazy about the Darnold signing. I was not over the moon about it. And with as shitty as the Panthers have been for the last, you know, 2000 since 2015, 2016 now, so the last 4 or 5 years. At this point, I'm like, give it a shot. Why not? Let's see what happens. They could have put Helen Keller in at quarterback, and I'd have been like, let's see what happens. Why
Yeah.
not?
Her audibles will probably be pretty funny. But but I honestly never thought Darnold was that bad. It was just playing in New York, well, even though they play in New Jersey, but the New York metro area, it's everything gets blown out of proportion. But yeah, I don't think he was all that bad. So yeah.
That's what we heard for so long on ESPN. Like when I would work at one of the locations for my job, I would just sit there and watch ESPN all day because it wasn't that busy. And they were always talking about Sam Darnold's decent or he's good. He just doesn't have the weapons. And I'm like, well, if he doesn't have the weapons, how do we know that? Like, if he does or does not have the weapons, how do we know that? And I didn't think we'd ever really get to test that theory. I honestly thought he just would have fell out of the league, but he got
Mhm.
drafted to the Panthers, and he's got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and for the last 2 weeks, he's had a pretty solid defense on the other side helping him out. So at this point, he just didn't have the weapons.
Do you think you're going to try to go to any Panthers practices and
Yeah,
try to
that's
get an autograph?
yeah. As soon as it cools off and the humidity is not just like unbearable, which supposedly around Thursday or Friday of this week we're supposed to hit a cold snap and be in fall weather, for as far as the eye can see. So I'll probably try to get to one the end of October maybe.
Are you?
And
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've seen pictures today where they were signing before games, so I can't imagine they're gonna turn people away at practices, but with a stadium full of thousands of fans, it's probably kind of harder to walk up to an individual player and be like, "No, you can't sign that. Get away." But as opposed to a practice when they're, security's lined up against the fence and there's like 10 of you and the players are walking by, it may be a little easier to regulate. But hour and a half drive, I'm gonna take the shot and see what happens.
Yeah, I've seen people get autographs before at games, NFL games. I've never actually tried it because I don't like trying to get down there because usually it's the tunnel and you're hanging over the railing. And me, I would only have cards. I don't. All the jerseys that I have, the guys are retired or they get traded or retire. So I don't even try. I've never tried. But are you going to load up on cards, or what are you going to take to practice?
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about too. Because as you can see, I've got like 3 or 4 footballs. I've got 2 pitchers there. So I think I will do cards next, just because I haven't done it yet. And with Greg Olson and Luke Kuechly not being there anymore, that's gonna kind of suck. But I'm gonna go with cards and see what happens. Because a lot of people there, at the Panthers practices specifically, they have a lot of like canvases and like posters and a lot of the bigger stuff. And I don't think out of the probably 6 or 7 I've been to, I don't think I've ever seen anyone with cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, there's plenty of people that have been hoarding that Don Russ and Score retail, so you should be able to get it for a decent price, probably even below retail, and maybe you can pull some of those Panthers.
That'd be nice. Yeah, because I think I've got a few 2020 Panthers, but not many. The rest of it's like 2012, 2014 kind of thing. That's why I had taken either balls or poster in the past because I really didn't have a lot of the current cards because there weren't any really, other than like DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, there weren't really any players that I was like, oh my God, I'm like excited about as opposed to like 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never tried it, but this might be a good opportunity for you with sports lots. Because there, I mean, you get cards for I think they're like 18 cents, and then the whole box thing, I'm not sure how that works, but shipping, from what I've heard, is pretty reasonable. So it's a lot cheaper than going on eBay and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been looking at wrestling cards more off of eBay, but I still can't get behind the paying, $3 for a card than paying $4.50 to ship it.
Yeah, if they don't have the standard envelope shipping on eBay, if you're a seller on eBay and you're not offering the standard envelope, I will not buy your card. Plain and simple.
That's
Uh, yeah, yeah. Unless they have a best offer option, then I will watch the card and maybe they'll, drop it to like where it's maybe $3-4. But other than that, yeah, no, I won't pay for that $3 shipping because half the time uh, they can't ship it for shit anyway. You'll get a penny sleeve or a top loader without a penny sleeve, and I don't care about the whole tape on the top loader. I don't care about that as long as it gets to me safely and it doesn't damage the card. I really don't care. But yeah, I'm not going to pay $3 for your horrible shipping practices.
Yeah, no, I just it was just on Facebook today. I think it was Justin Fields or Trey Lance RPA out of 5. Somebody got, and it was put in a bubble mailer with just a penny sleeve, and that was it. That thing was bouncing around in there like a pinball on a pinball machine.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And
Yeah,
they probably paid $4 or $5 to have it shipped too.
yeah, and a couple $100 to it for those. For people that don't know what an RPA is, that's a rookie patch auto. Usually it has that game, well, not game worn, not the RPAs. Those are the event worn jerseys that yeah, they go for hundreds of dollars, and that's
The
in
player
what?
put on like 30 jerseys and walk around for 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think those are in the National Treasures boxes as well. That yeah, they go for insane prices. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And,
I just can't do it, man.
I mean, like we were just talking about before the show, I think Zach Wilson had 4 interceptions and like 4 completed passes or something like that today.
Mhm.
And Trevor Lawrence hasn't looked good in 2 weeks. And then who was it? I think one of the rookie quarterbacks got hurt. Oh, Tua got carted off is what it is. He
Oh,
had
really?
a Yeah, he had an injury that looked pretty gnarly, and he got carted off. So the people that have been, investing in him in the last 2 years might be a little SOL. Some guy posted on in one of the Facebook groups I'm in today. He was ranting about how he had 15 Tua cards that he was gonna that he had already like filled out the forms and everything, and was set to mail them out for grading tomorrow. And he was crying his sad tears.
Who was he going to send them through? PSA?
I'm not sure. He just said he had 15 of them and they were ready to go, and he had already, paid for everything, and all he had to do was drop them off at the mail tomorrow morning, and then Tua got carted off. So I don't know if it's serious, not serious, and he may come back to practice, tomorrow and be just fine, or he may never play again.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. I think we talk about it every week. Like why invest? And you shouldn't be investing anyway. Honestly, in cards, that is. Yeah. But like another thing we were talking about before the show. Like we discussed having Tim from Signatures for Soldiers on. And what he does, he sells, autographs, and all the money goes to a charity for disabled veterans. And so I bought 3 Billy Shaw autographs. And for people that don't know who Billy Shaw is, Hall of Famer, NFL for the Buffalo Bills. I think he played for a few other teams, but I paid $5 a piece for his autograph. A Hall of Famer, and that's what you want Tua to become at the minimum, is a Hall of Famer. And his cards are at least 100 times more than a $5 Billy Shaw autograph. So yeah, I think I won because I paid $15 for 3 of his autographs, and I don't have to pay for shipping because Tim from Signatures for Soldiers covers the shipping. So yeah, if you guys want to invest in anything, go check out his Twitter handle, Signatures for Soldiers, and get yourself some autographs of Hall of Famers, the guys that are actually proven, and yeah. And he threw the Hall of Fame inscription on there as well. So yeah,
that's a no-brainer for $5.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. So, and I'm just upset that I missed out on the Bob Lilly autographs for $10. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you got one good deal. The universe was going to allow you to get 2 good deals.
Nah. But yeah, maybe we'll get lucky and Lamar will go off tonight, and then my Lamar rookies will, to the moon.
Yeah, and it's so funny talking about the rookies versus the Hall of Famers. I seen a post on Twitter where somebody pulled a Joe Namath downtown, and they're like, "Oh, pull this today, not the best one, but but still kind of cool." Like, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I mean, I get Joe Namath gets no hobby love because I don't think oh, I can't invest in Joe Namath. He's already done what he's going to do,
Yeah,
but
what the hell is Joe Namath going to do? Die? Like,
and
still, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. You'd have to look pretty hard to find somebody with better, career stats than Joe Namath. And it's like I've been trying so hard not to troll on Twitter or just like comment negative things, but I couldn't help it. I commented on it, and I was just like, "What do you mean, like not the best pool? Like the dude's a Hall of Famer. Like
Yeah.
that's what you want to pool is a Hall of Famer." But
yeah, it's funny that you actually say that though, because I seen on last week on Twitter there was people actually talking about Joe Namath and how he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm just like scratching my head, man. Like, is the people that argue about who shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? Oh, my son is giving me a little pep talk that the Ravens are going to win. I love you, bud, but I don't know. I don't think the Ravens are going to win, bud. The Raiders, and I'm going to be one of those fans. I know it makes a lot of people angry, but I say we when I'm referring to the Ravens. The Raiders tried to give us that game last week, and we still couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, but it's one of those infuriating things where people a lot of times people, mainly baseball is what I follow. So they're like, Jim Rice shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Alan Trammell shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Harold Baines, who else? Burt Blyleven. Who's another one people hate? Jack Morris.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, what are you going to do, man? They're already in. So just move on. And yeah, but I don't know.
That I don't look like if somebody's already in the Hall of Fame and somebody says they shouldn't be, that's like it makes no sense to me, and their opinion on the matter is obviously moot and irrelevant because they're already in the Hall of Fame. But I posted in Panthers group last week. I was like, Panthers are 1-0. Sam Darnold had no turn. He threw no interceptions. He did lose a fumble, but he threw no interceptions. And like as a Panthers fan, what we've dealt with the last 4 or 5 years, you can't ask for anything more than that. And literally, people are like, they're going to lose next week, and you'll see why. The Jets, 7 of their 11 starters are all rookies, and this game was like an exhibition game for them. And I'm like, why are you arguing a point that your team is going to lose and they're not that good? Like, where do you find that logic at? That like, oh, I'm a Panthers fan, but they're going to lose, and this is why. Like, why? Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, like me, I'm still holding out hope that, the Ravens will win, but I'm not going to go around. Well, I guess I kind of did without saying that the Ravens are going to lose, but I'm still going to watch the game. I'm not going to get all, butthurt and lose sleep over it if they do lose tonight. And I'll probably feel the same way if they win too, because, yeah, but yeah, it's, sometimes people just what is it? They just want to watch the world burn, man, and they don't want to be happy. So
everybody's a professional sports analyst. So
yeah, I know, man. If I wouldn't have hurt my knee in high school and played better, I could probably be playing in the game tonight. So it's just it just wasn't in the cards for me. So I got to sit on my couch and eat chicken wings and talk shit about them. So
that's the name of the game.
yeah. Yeah, there's a name of a podcast in there somewhere. Shit talking chicken wings or something. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, there's a reason that we moved this the slot up tonight, which we might have to do this more often because we've definitely had that little eye emoticon up in there. It's been pretty steady, and we've actually had more people comment. So we might have to move our time slot to get
with Sunday night being a football thing for the next few months, it's going to be hard to compete with that.
Dude, yeah. But yeah, anyway, so it's pretty close to kickoff, if it hasn't already happened. So thank you for coming on early, and everybody in the chat, my son Carter, Carter's friends, Vic. Haven't talked to him in forever, so that was cool to see. Dan, thank you for coming on. And we are going to try and get a guest on next week. And thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we will see you then.